Welcome back, players and collectors, to my channel, Ren's Collectibles. Today we're back with another TCG Talk video, and I know it's been a couple weeks, but we have a lot of news to kind of go over. A lot's happened in the last few weeks, but we're going to kind of get to some of the stuff you may have missed and some of the more relevant pieces and all that. But as always, I will have chapters down below. So if there's a specific TCG you are wanting to hear some news or interesting thoughts, I guess, about, then make sure you go check those out. But we've got some Mythik TCG stuff. We got Metazoo TCG stuff. Again, surprise, I know, right? What I gotta talk about Metazoo may surprise a lot of people. There's some Pokemon news, Elestrals news. I mean, there's all kinds of good stuff here. So let's just dive right on into it. We're gonna start with the Mythik TCG news. All right, first things first. I know I briefly mentioned something about it before. Mythik team will be at the Chicago Collecticon April 12th and 13th. So that's about a month away now. We will be at the Collecticon there. I'm not officially part of the Mythik team. However, I am going and assisting them, helping them out. Gonna run the booth and run some games. So you are down to meet me, or you want me to sign some cards, or just play some games and hang out and chat and all that, then make sure you stop by the Mythik booth. As soon as we get more detailed information about where our booth is going to be and kind of like a map layout, we'll probably post something. I'll post something for sure as well. That way you guys can all know. But it's going to be a fun time. There's going to be a few of us there. We've got a good chunk of the Mythik community is already making plans to come out. So might as well come out and hang out with us and have some good times. Play some Mythik TCG. We're going to have the brand new battle decks there. I will be cracking into some of these, and we will be doing some test games with these and, just having some fun. But the big thing is that Mythik has launched the pre-orders already for Forbidden Tides, the new set coming this summer. And it's official. It's happening. No Kickstarter. This is it, man. We're going for it, and it has been a huge success already. People have been going crazy over it, but there's some reasons why, right? The retail price is $50, $49.99. The pre-order launch price is $39.99. So you get $10 off. That's roughly, that is 20%. 20%. Right off the rip, if you pre-order some of these boxes, you can get that $10 off right now. And as far as I know, we'll take a peek here in a second, but as far as I know, the boxes are still on sale. There's a total print run of 500 boxes, so it's pretty limited. And this is kind of like, testing the waters and kind of seeing how well the pre-orders go, which has been actually going pretty good. But the first 10 orders of 5+ boxes will receive one special unreleased prototype card, the final version of which will not be released until 2026. So 2026 is going to be the next set. So essentially, if you're one of the first 10 orders of 5+ boxes, which may already be gone, I don't know for certain, then you're going to get a prototype card of a future card coming in the next set, which none of us have any ideas about, by the way. We don't know anything about the next set, which makes this even more exciting. I'm super pumped about it. I did get some boxes. I got 5+ boxes. So I am hoping to get a really good prototype card there. But it goes on to say orders that include 10, 15, 20+ will receive one 2026 prototype card for every 5 boxes in their order. So the difference between these, because there's somebody had already asked a question, is you're getting a prototype card for both purchases, but the first 10 orders get a special unreleased prototype card. So think of more like a full art or like a rank 3 or higher, something truly special where anybody that does the 10, 15, 20 boxes are going to get the prototype cards, but it could be anything from a rank 1 to a rank 5. And it might not necessarily be the full arts and stuff like that. Probably going to be foil of some kind, I imagine. I have no inside information on that. I imagine they're going to be something, kind of special still, but it's not going to be like the cream of the crop cards, right? That's reserved for the first 10 orders of 5+ boxes. And it says, we're expecting orders to be delivered in June, which means there's only a few months for these cards to be fully printed and fully put out there before they get delivered. And he's talking about boxes should be at customers' doorsteps in June, which is huge. That is fantastic for a game that is still relatively small and a lot of people have written off. The fact that we're going with a pre-order and not a Kickstarter, and it is 100% going. People have already bought a ton of boxes. I'm not going to sit here and say half of it's already gone, but I know there's probably been 100 boxes already picked up. And this has only been live for a couple of days now, like a little less than a week at this point. So it's a pretty exciting time to be in the Mythik TCG. But we're going to head over to the website and clicked on the shop already. So this is the Mythik TCG shop. So if you want to go there, it's just shop.mythiktcg.com, or you can go to mythiktcg.com and click on the shop button. It even has like this little thing up here, Forbidden Tides, pre-order Forbidden Tides now. So if you click on it, it brings you to the actual page here. And yes, it looks like they are still on sale for $39.99. Fantastic deal. And it seems cheap at first, but it's a smaller booster box than what most typically are, right? So one of the things that a lot of newer TCGs I'm seeing are doing, or they're trying to go for the full booster box, the big one, 24 to 36 packs, and they're over $100, and lots of people have hard times getting those. Mythik has decided to take the corrective action into their own hands. They're doing half booster boxes. So it is essentially 100 total cards, which comes out to be 10 cards in each pack, 10 booster packs. So you're getting a box of 10 packs, which is kind of like what Japanese Pokemon and every other smaller nondescript TCG does for that kind of stuff too. Holographic foil cards in every pack, one guaranteed holographic tier 3 hidden rare or higher rarity card per box, which is huge because all the super playable cards and all the collectible cards are rank 3 or higher, right? Everybody loves the full art cards. They love the alternate art cards, and the special holographic rank 3 and higher. But those are usually the most playable. Those are the ones that can push you over the edge of being better than your opponent, are the rank 3 and higher. So you're getting one guaranteed per box. But it doesn't say you're only limited to one. You could get 2 or more. You could. It's happened in Twilight Immortal as well. I think they said that you're only supposed to get, or you're only guaranteed 3 in a box. And there have been some boxes that got 4 or 5. So it can happen. And then this is the big chase right here. It says one special box carries the only one-of-one Olympian Rhea, Princess of Mother Earth. There is another one-of-one chase, ladies and gentlemen. My God, you guys ate it up the first time with the single booster packs, the sample booster packs. Oh, you guys crushed it. We did, I think there was 250 packs, something like that. And they were pricier for what they were. $12 or $15, something like that. And they went pretty fast. They sold out pretty quick. And I unfortunately was not the one that got the one-of-one Lucifer card. Thanks, Raxi, for beating me to that one. Hopefully I can beat everybody to this one-of-one Olympian Rhea. But you never know. With 500 boxes, the chances drop drastically for everybody. So there's a pretty big chase in one of these boxes. And it's a full art. No one has seen yet. He's not released any images. Max, that is, has not released any images of what Mother Earth is going to look like or anything like that. So we don't know. And it's kind of exciting because it's you want to wait till the one person gets it. But it's pretty exciting time to be in the Mythik TCG sphere here. We've got the Mythik Battle League is going right now, the Team Battle League, which has been so much fun. You guys who are not playing just genuinely don't understand how much fun this format has been. It's been game changing. There's even people that don't play Mythik TCG that are coming to watch my team battle videos, because I record every one of our weekly matches, and I've gotten some comments and some feedback on people are actually enjoying watching these battles. It's all in Tabletop Simulator, which makes it better, makes it easier for people to follow. And in the future, there will probably be webcam ones, if not in-person tournaments. But the game is growing. Mythik TCG is seriously, it's going fantastic, honestly. It's one of those small games you definitely need to watch out for, and you need to look into it if you haven't already. But the pre-orders is the big thing here. This is what the blister box, I think is what it's called. Yeah, blister box. But it's basically just like a half booster box. It's really good. All the brand new cards that we're playing with right now in the TCG are going to be in this set, and there's actually even a new archetype that is going to be in this box that has not been released yet to play. So we've seen some of the cards. I don't know if we have them in here. I don't think we do. They're not posted in here. They're just on the Tabletop Simulator thing, but they're really awesome. They're Druid cards, which a lot of people didn't see that coming, but they're actually really good. They're really cool, and I can't wait to see some decks being built on that. But Forbidden Tides, pre-orders now up. Make sure you guys go to the shop and pre-order some boxes for yourselves. Maybe wait till if you're going to come see us at Collecticon, come talk to us, come hang out. I will have some of my Forbidden Tides cards, my sample cards with me. You guys can kind of check them out and see them for yourselves. What do you think? So you can do that, but I'd love to play some games with you guys at Collecticon and do all that. But we're going to move into the second part of this week's episode, which is Metazoo TCG. And boy, oh boy, I did not really expect to be talking about them again. But I've got to talk about it. I've got to talk about it. Metazoo, the new Meta 2, I should say, has kind of been under fire recently with the product they released. So a couple weeks back, I think in the last episode of this TCG talk I did, you guys saw I talked about Metazoo and kind of the drama that was with it. And some people want to sit there and say there was no drama. They're living under a rock, or they're just delusional, because majority of the community, I mean like 70 to 80% of the community, was not happy with some of the reveals that came from Metazoo. And I think a lot of people just came to this channel and know that I have not been a Metazoo fan for the longest part of forever, and just, took that as it was. Today I have a different vibe to give you guys, and a different opinion to give to you guys. Because Metazoo dropped a like a showcase video. It was about 25 minutes long, and I watched every second of it. I did. I have nothing against this new Metazoo team, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give them a fair shake. I'm going to see what it's all about. The first bit of news when they dropped like 2-3 weeks ago with the booster box design and the booster packs, I didn't like it, right? I'm still not a fan of what they did. And the cards to me still look just like really poorly drawn Digimon cards, if I'm being completely honest. But I watched this new showcase video, which you guys can go to the Metazoo channel and watch it. It was very well made. It was very well made and put together. It was very professional. It's something you would expect to see a major TCG do. You'd see, Magic the Gathering or Pokemon put together these like really nice videos to present all the information for the upcoming stuff and just give it to you. And they did a fantastic job about it. I'm gonna say it straight up for what it is. Now, does it mean I'm gonna be like getting into Metazoo or anything like that? Probably not. But I just want to talk about it and give them the fair shake that they deserve, because this is clearly a different company. It's not Mike and his cult over there anymore. It's somebody who actually legitimately seems like they're trying to run a business and get a card game going. So they did a lot of stuff. They talked about a lot of stuff. about the future of the game. They talk through the basics of how the game plays. You know, they're going to be at some conventions, some collecticons and such. Lots of good information, and I actually really enjoyed it. So, to the new Metazoo team, well done. Keep that up. Seriously, keep that up. You may just get me to collect a little bit again with the way that went. But they dropped their new website, you know, MetaZooTCG.com. Oh, I don't have it. My face is blocking it. But the MetaZooTCG.com, you can get there. So they got a couple tabs: getting started, the cards, game, lore, and events. So they're going to be dropping lore, which to me is a huge thing. I love lore. Everybody that knows me knows that I love lore, and a lot of you guys love lore as well. There's a lot of cryptids out there that most of us don't know anything about. So this is going to be really cool. They said they're going to be updating the lore page quite a bit. And it looks like you can click on a couple stories here. Oh, there's chapter 1 right there. Abrams, to be called Abraham, comes into the world a hard way. So you have some things there. You've got some, like, I guess, more informational stuff you can click on for that. Let's click on cards. Let's see what we can get for cards. Oh, that's kind of neat. The full art effect right there. But they showcased a lot. They showcased a lot of their cards. Some of the rarities, their chases, things like that. They showed the new box design, which was actually pretty cool. I like the new booster box design a lot better than the old one. And then here's just like some of their cards. Now, here's my thing. I like some of the art. Like, okay, this looks like vintage watercolor style Pokemon, Magic, and, you know, like the OG Metazoo. Like, this is the style of artwork that I think everybody wants. It's the old Metazoo style, and this is more like the new style. Which, if I'm looking at them, I appreciate both. I feel like this feels like it's a newer, better game version. This just feels like they're trying to keep parts of the old Metazoo in, which, I don't know, maybe Metazoo fans really enjoy. I don't know, maybe it's time to move on from the old, you know? But the cards they truly look a lot more like just Digimon to me. I know a lot of people are saying Lorcana. I don't really see Lorcana in these. I see Digimon a lot. And I'm just not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the card designs here. It's just not for me. The way that this is presented, like, this to me is probably like, I don't really want to collect these cards. Not to say that I won't collect anything from Metazoo ever, but it's not for me per se. Now, I'm not, anybody that wants to look at this and like this, more to you, more power to you. And I'm not hating on anybody that does like it. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Honestly, these cards look better, in my opinion, than the old Metazoo cards do. It just looks too much like Digimon to me. I feel like it would have been better if they tried to make them maybe less like that. But there's like some really cool ones in here. Like, I think this is a new one. I've never seen that one before. Airdrop. You got some of your aura cards. There's like Terra cards in here. You got casters, creatures, strategy cards. So, like, there's a lot of cool things. That one looks kind of sweet, the awful one. Like, there's the OG awful right there. I remember that artwork. And then here's the new one. So there is a difference to them, apparently. Nightmare Cacophony. Interesting. Okay. This is the card I'm probably going to want right here. Babe the Blue Ox. Out of all the Metazoo cards that I had before, I got rid of pretty much everything except my Babes and Paul Bunyan's. I think those, maybe Johnny Appleseed. I think I got a Johnny Appleseed card too. Those are like the only ones I kept. But, I mean, like, look at this card right here. Tell me this is not a Digimon. That straight up just looks like a copy and paste of Digimon. I'm sorry. It is. It is. I'm not going to get into the gameplay because I don't know how the game works. I've watched the video about them explaining it a couple times, It seems like it's simple enough, but I've not played it myself. So I'm not going to really judge the game on the aspect I haven't really played. Now, with that being said, I don't really have a desire to play the game either. So that's kind of a where I think that's where the Metazoo team, if they're watching or if this somehow gets back to them, if you had one piece of criticism to take from this is make the cards look better and more inviting and make the game feel more inviting. Like as an outsider who plays a lot of card games, like I just don't have an interest in this. And not to say that I won't ever give it a try, but it just the way the mechanics work is just it's very similar to a lot of other games while also being like weirdly different. So I don't know. That's just my initial critique of it. Um, I would like to see some actual gameplay of it and maybe test it out for myself. But things like this, I think, look better. So this looks like it's a full art of some kind for Bigfoot. I don't know if it's supposed to be a full art or what, or if it's just the way it's looking. Yeah, I guess this one is supposed to be some kind of full art too, based on the designs of the cards. But this one just straight up looks like a Digimon card to me. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. Oh, there's one of the Terra cards. I think, yeah, they're sideways cards. But they do share like a rarity type similar to what Pokemon does, which again, to me, it just feels like it's a copy and paste. It feels like it lacks creativity in that. I'm not a fan of that. I like seeing new things and different things for like newer games. And I'm not saying that you can't do anything like any other card game. Obviously, Magic has pretty much covered everything in terms of card design and gameplay and everything else anyway. So it's kind of hard to get around some of that, but it just feels like it's too much of a copy and paste of Pokemon in that regard. Just my personal opinion. But I mean, honestly, like the artworks aren't terrible. If they do like some kind of Topps Chrome or something where it's just the artworks, I would probably be more inclined to get those than the actual trading card game. But to each their own, right? So it's not terrible, but it's kind of cool to see that they're kind of up and coming with all this stuff. They got, I think, getting some of these cards and like these full arts look nice. It's just, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see them for myself to really, really get in on it. But here's the thing that's really cool to me. This was part of their YouTube video here. They showcased the alternate arts and kind of like the full art texture of these alternate art cards. And I'm a big fan of that. I think they did a phenomenal job with these full art cards. So you can see just the texture and everything. And it looks good. Those look good. Those are the types of cards I would collect if I had to go after it. I will say the Sun Wukong looks pretty good, but it is nothing like the Sun Wukong from Mythik, and I prefer the Sun Wukong from Mythik. But this is pretty cool though, still to see, and I do like that they have the different rarities with the different texturing and all that. So I'm happy to see all that. All these little videos are like the little snippets that they included in their video, but you got alpha demo packs. So that's something that they set up or are going to set up at the end of the month and for every Collecticon, I believe, continuing on the rest of the year, is they have like these, I think it's a 24 card pack. That's basically a mini deck to play like a mini version of Metazoo. Which, first off, I think that's a phenomenal idea. Again, grade A idea, and I hope the execution of it goes phenomenal as well. I don't want to see this company fail. I think having Metazoo back in the game under this new ownership is good and healthy for the indie TCG community. So I do hope they do well. And I think that this alpha demo thing is a great way to start. And I'm going to be honest, when I go to Collecticon for Mythik TCG next month, I'm probably going to stop by the Metazoo booth and see if I can pick up at least one of these alpha demo packs and see if they'll teach me how to play and kind of give it a go. Because I don't want to just dump all over Metazoo because of the old Metazoo. That's not who these guys are anymore, and they don't deserve that. So I'm going to give it, my shot probably as well. But I think the alpha demo stuff was pretty good. Those booster packs with the small decks in them, I think that's a killer idea. And they kind of walk through and showcase a little bit of how to play the game and like some of the mechanics and stuff. But it's very like watered down to just get people in. So I think they're doing a good job with that. I still think that the cards look too much like Digimon, and I think ultimately that's going to be for me. But oh, here we go. This is what I wanted to show you guys. These are the new booster boxes. And like I said, I am impressed. I like the new design with the Sun Wukong on the front like that. And just, it looks better as a booster box. And one thing they're doing that is weird to me is they're having a Poncho alternative art booster display box, which means there's a Chase booster box for just literally the packaging. Seems weird to me. I don't know. I know they're doing it as like the added step to give collectors an incentive to jump in. I'm very hesitant when it comes to this. I feel like, all right, for this, the old Metazoo, right, was all about collectors, all about investing and getting people to buy product and hold the product and sell for exuberant prices because that's what kept their wheels going. This kind of feels like the old Metazoo right here. And that makes me very apprehensive to even want to touch it. Having a booster box display that has an alternate art, I think is good. It's supposed to be foiled and it's signed by Poncho. It's just, I don't think it's a great move, if I'm being honest. You guys can differ with me in opinion. Let me know in the comments down below if you do. But I just don't think it's a good move. And also, I don't know how they're going to really play it off. Like, they're wanting card shops to pre-order a bunch of this stuff, right? The card shops are just going to get these boxes and keep them for themselves and sell them on eBay for 10 times the price on the secondary market. It's not going to. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you can't go to a shop and be like, I want to buy one booster box of Metazoo, please, and they're going to hand you this alternate art booster box. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I'm sure they had good intentions for it, but this I cannot see working in a good way. I can't see it. It looks good. It looks fantastic. I think it's one of those things better left as just like that. That could be a good idea, but it's probably not going to execute as a good idea. So I don't know. I have some strong feelings about that. And the other thing I have strong feelings about is this right here. $120 for 24 booster packs. Yeah. So that is pretty steep when it comes to price, in my opinion. And I know I'm not the only one that shares that opinion because pretty much everybody I've talked to who's been at least somewhat interested in Metazoo, all the way to just very excited about Metazoo, is very apprehensive about purchasing these boxes at $120. Hey, that's already a lot for a 24 pack box. It's just steep. Like, you could buy a box of Pokemon for about that price. Well, probably not right now because Pokemon's going stupid. I have a lot of strong feelings on Pokemon too. Um, but just initial MSRP of $120 is just pretty steep for a 24 pack booster box. Now, if it was like $100, or if card shops get these and they start selling them at $100, I'll probably pick up a box. That to me is a lot more reasonable. $100 is reasonable, more so than 120. The $120 thing just feels like robbery to me, especially for a new game where there's just a lot of mixed opinions and feelings on the arts and the card styles and how the game's going to play. And it's kind of a lot, especially for an indie trading card game. It's a lot for somebody to invest into a booster box for something they're not even sure they're going to enjoy, you know? So I don't know. As always, Pokemon MSRPs for like what, 160 right now, or 165, and you can usually, before the stupidity that's been happening with Pokemon, you could pre-order them for 100 to 115 bucks, and it was good. So if it's got a similar thing where you can find it for like $100, that's probably a good deal to take. 120 just is too much for me. I'm not going to buy a box at 120 bucks. That just ain't it for me. I know a lot of people have already bought into it, so I'm happy for those who've done that. Just not for me. Now, the thing I will say is they have booster packs and they have alpha demo packs. I am excited to see how these work and what these look like. It looks like for the alpha demo packs, let's just click on them. You've got the 4 Terra types or Aura types. I'm getting one of those. It's one of those. And then I guess for their next set that they're already working on, they're going to add water types in, which is going to be centered around the Frogman, Loveland Frogman. But for now, it's these 4 types, and they built these. These are like 23 game cards, not 24. These are what the mini decks basically are. So that's kind of cool. Again, that's probably what I'm going to go for, just to kind of get a little piece of Metazoo and see what it's all about. But these are the booster packs with the artworks. They just feel red has always kind of been their color. I just don't like it. I don't like the pack design, to be honest. Like, the Mothman looks sweet. The Sun Wukong looks sweet. Not really sure what that is. Bigfoot feels out of place compared to the other arts too. So I don't know. I just like the Mothman and the Sun Wukong are the only ones that look like decent to me. But I'm just not a fan of like this bright red packaging. It's just too much to me. I don't know. MSRP is $5. That seems standard. So I'm okay with that. This is what kind of is interesting to me and makes me want to get more of. This is more up my alley, I guess I should say, is the magazine. So it's going to give you an alpha promo inside, which is a really cool include. That's going to get people to buy it. And it's got just like, it's just basically a small little magazine, from demo decks to deck building. Probably got it's got some lore of the cryptids and casters in there. Probably got some art, some sneak peeks at stuff. I think that's a fantastic idea. That's one where they're really hitting on all strides. It doesn't say how much it's going for or where to buy it, though. It's going to be a 36-page magazine, so it's actually kind of that's a decent size for a magazine. It's going to contain 2 Metazoo TCG base set booster packs, 2 Metazoo TCG Alpha demo packs, and 1 Metazoo TCG Alpha promo pack. So those are pretty good. I'm not gonna that is a good product right there. You get the magazine, 2 booster packs, 2 demo packs, and a promo pack. So it kind of hits all bases, right? You got something for the lore people, you got something for the collectors, you got something for the players, and then you've got a promo. Just everybody loves a good promo, right? So I think they're doing really good in that regard. for that. So honestly, I say that is a fantastic and solid product. Overall, I mean, it's not bad for what they've put up already. Um, I like where the new Metazoo team seems to be going. I am actually feeling kind of optimistic about the Metazoo TCG and the game and the company and all that. And again, this is from somebody who's been a Metazoo hater for a long, long time. Uh, I've always said it though, my gripes and my complaints aren't with Metazoo as a whole. It was with the previous ownership. So they're gone, and here we are, giving them a chance again. And I think they're actually doing pretty decent, which I never thought I would hear myself say, but they're actually not doing bad. Let's look at events here. So let's see. Oh, they're not going to be at the Collecticon in Chicago, so never mind. I'm not going to get to see them, which is fine. I mean, I'll figure out a way to get some of the stuff and maybe do a review here on the channel myself. But it looks like they're going to be in Miami, Houston, and Orlando. So if those are Collecticons you're going to, be on the lookout for Metazoo. So overall, not bad, honestly. I'm kind of impressed with what they've done, and I think they've started off. They started off rocky with kind of their showcase of the product and the booster boxes and all that previously, and I feel like with the showcase, they definitely corrected a lot of those mistakes. So to Metazoo, good job. I truly and genuinely feel like you made the right choices. You heard the community feedback, and you took a step in the right direction to fix that. You have already done far more than what the previous Metazoo has done. I mean, like, the game hasn't even officially released yet, and you're already doing better than the previous administration. Fantastic. Keep doing that. I like what I'm seeing from you guys. Yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing what more they do and talking about it here on the channel. Again, not something I thought I was going to do. Next up, actually, before we get into the Pokemon stuff, I do want to come back to this here. Elestrals has been kicking things off into big time gear here, right? I've been a fan of Elestrals for a little while. I am, fortunate enough to be one of their content creators where they send me some stuff and I get to open it and review it for you guys. I want to do more for Elestrals too. So that is probably coming in the future. I've been trying to divide up between like long form and short form content. But I want to do some gameplay. My LGS finally started selling some Elestrals, and we're trying to build a player community now. So I'm very excited about that. And hopefully here very soon we've got some Elestrals journey type of content coming. I've got my brand new GoPro, and I've got like a little neck mount thing. So you get to see some like first person view of gameplay and all that. So that's going to be exciting. I'm very excited about that. But they've announced their Divine Champions Firestorm coming, and actually, let me bring this over. Oh, that's just a video. I don't want to play a video. But basically, is the next big thing in Elestrals is the Divine Champion Firestorm. They've got some new starter decks, and they've got some new champions coming in with some new characters, which honestly look fantastic. One of the big things, though, that has been getting me is I follow A-Drive on Twitter, or X now, and I follow Elestrals. And they've been showcasing some of their new video game stuff. Now, I think the video game that they're trying to develop is still far off, like not this year. It's not going to be released this year. But they're developing a freaking video game in kind of like an open world concept, but it feels like it's a mix between Legend of Zelda and Pokemon and like Advanced Wars. Like it's kind of cool. from what we've seen so far, which is only a tiny snippet, so it could end up like nothing like any of those. But so far, that's what it looks like. And, Elestrals has just been kicking off superbly. So they just ended an illustration contest as well, which I absolutely love when TCGs do art contests. I love it. I suck at art so bad. I'm not even going to lie to anybody, especially myself. But it's just fun that they open stuff like that up to the community. And they had some really good prizing here. So, the grand prize is one Elestrals Moonrise Creator Box, one Moonrise Uncut Sheet. That already is, like, worth it. Winning illustration becomes official card, 4 copies of final card, signed by A Drive, and a cash prize of $100. So that was, like, the big prize. 2 runner-ups will get 1 Elestral Moonrise Creator Boxes, cash prize of $50, and then 5 honorable mentions will get 1 Moonrise Booster Box. That's a big deal, though. I mean, even just for submitting art and having it looked at and maybe picked, you get some good freebies, right? But the contest is now closed. I think they've already gone through voting. And then Elestrals just continues to do tournaments all the time, which is the thing I want to see more indie TCGs doing, right? The thing that I think a lot of people forget when it comes to indie trading card games is that they are games. They are trading card games. There's a game that's supposed to be played with them, and a lot of people try to appeal to the collector side of things, and I feel like those are the games that collapse. The ones that stick to their games are the ones that survive, like Elestrals and Mythik, and I mean Metazoo's kind of coming back as a more of a gameplay type of card game than anything else. Although, like I said, there's some things about them that makes me a little nervous, but I love that Elestrals is constantly putting things out about gameplay and new tournaments and their play network, and they've got like premier events. It's just fantastic. And if you guys have not gotten into Elestrals, you seriously need to look into them. They're fantastic cards. I put all of them, I organized them and put them all into a little card divider thing. See what happens when I clean. I don't have my props ready. But yes, I will have some more videos of Elestrals coming up. I've got some stuff from their new set Moonrise we're going to be going through. And we got some more gameplay we want to try to get into here. So, Elestrals, though, always kicking things off. I just feel like they're always doing things. And it's another example of a game that I think is doing everything the right way. And I really, really enjoy that. Another one that I wanted to give an honorable mention to is Kryptik TCG. Everybody thought this game was dead. It kind of did somewhat die there for a little bit, but it's not like really, really dead. There's still a good community here that love to play the game and collect the cards. And they've done some stuff about updated ban lists and updating rules. They're trying to rewrite some of the rules and make the gameplay feel better and smoother. They've acknowledged that there were some problems with previous gameplay, and they're working on it. But the thing I love about them is they're constantly trying to improve and kind of like fix things, I guess. And they've been putting up Steam updates and getting things on Tabletop Simulator so that people can still play and have fun. So I just wanted to give the honorable mention because not a lot of people know that Kryptik is still out there. So we're going to move on to the other big pieces here, which is the Pokemon TCG. There's been a lot of news about Pokemon TCG. I'm sure that's surprising to no one. It's no surprise. Pokemon has been talk of the town. It's the thing that every scalper wants, and everybody wants to get to hold on to and collect and keep sealed and resell and fight people over, and it's nonsense, right? Well, GameStop decided they wanted in on the drama too, and mind you, this was a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. GameStop discontinues Pokemon TCG pre-orders. Everybody loves to hear that, right? Because we don't want more availability of product, we want less. That makes the game harder to get. GameStop will no longer offer pre-orders for Pokemon TCG products and will be implementing purchase limits on select SKUs. Our goal is to ensure more fans have the opportunity to experience these exciting releases rather than limiting access to early buyers and resellers. Additionally, GameStop will offer free card savers and sleeves for PSA grading submissions on launch weekend. So, in my opinion, and my opinion is worth very little, instead of just fixing the problems of their pre-orders and giving everything to one person per store, they decided we're just going to ruin it for everybody and say that our intentions are good and therefore this should be a good thing, right? What's going on with them? I think they're trying to just put out fires, but they're like going too aggressive on putting out the fires. And you guys let me know your thoughts down below on the situation too. But I feel like this is a terrible idea. People like me, when we want to get Pokemon, GameStop was one of the only places we could go to get pre-orders for Pokemon at the MSRP or, the not pre-scalped prices. And that's gone now. So I don't know. Maybe this is good for somebody. It's not good for us. I mean, they could have literally just limited one item or one per SKU, but instead they just canned the whole thing. So there's that. I mean, it is what it is. Whatever. But that's some pretty big news right there. And then the other big thing for Pokemon is this video here, and I'm sure a lot of people
weight to
probably already saw this.
It feels a lot of high quality. Okay, like I feel like I can squeeze this card and not.
I don't know what's up with tag grading.
Actually,
I've never graded with them before.
You hear that?
I thought about doing it until I saw.
Like I said, these cards
now are
low-end cards. I am just testing tag. Okay. Do you hear that? I cracked it.
On there.
I cracked it just by pushing on it.
Case.
You hear this?
Pretty freaking easily.
What is up?
Which is a bad deal. Everybody's been talking about this video in particular by Ramsey, which go check out the actual video. Go subscribe to him. Do all the things. But tag grading, one of the new upcomers for grading, one of the ones that I've seen getting a lot of push lately, especially for Pokemon. And then this happens. But it doesn't just stay there, because they actually responded. Did I pass it? I did pass it. They actually responded to Ramsey when he was doing his little video here, talking about how he was just messing with the cases and the slabs, and he broke it. It's cracked. And they basically came out and said, in your video, the slab performed exactly as designed, ensuring the integrity of the card and the authenticity of our grading. We do not have flips, which prevents substitution counterfeit measures. Every slab has a proof code on the back, which we can digitally authenticate using the Proof app. Meaning tag slabs are extremely secure. So they basically sat there and said, yeah, your slab broke very easily. That's what it's supposed to do. And it's supposed to be a security measure. Who wants to get a slab that breaks? Who wants to buy that? Who wants to send their cards in and know that literally you could fart on it and the case is going to shatter? Nobody wants that. That is mind-blowing to me that they even responded saying that's not a faulty situation. That's what we're going for. That's what we designed. And good luck with future sales, Tag, because I don't see how you are going to trend positively from this. In fact, there's been lots of people ripping them to pieces down in the comment section. There's been lots of people ripping them in the comment section. So we're going to kind of leave it at that, though. Golly, man. That's mind-blowing that it's a perk. It's not something you should be mad about. But, you know, that's what we want to do to protect our cards, is putting them in something that can easily shatter and destroy the card. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me, though. That's just me. Well, there you guys have it. That's the quick news update, and I say quick, but you know this has been almost an hour long video already. Anyway, that's the quick news update on everything I've got for you guys. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But make sure you also comment all of your opinions down below as well. We talked about a lot of various TCGs and a lot of different things. So make your thoughts known down below. But that's all we got time for today. See you in the next one.